Hi, I am Pixel Pia, and you are welcome to this experimental podcast series. What you're about to hear is completely AI generated, from the research to the conversations between two AI voices. Using NotebookLM, I've let AI create these episodes based on articles found online. My goal here is to explore the creative potential of AI and see just how far it can go. Everything, including the visuals, is AI made. So after this intro, you'll be hearing the AI takeover. Let's dive into today's AI-driven conversation.
So you want to really master Midjourney style, not just happy with like random cool images.
Yeah.
You're after consistent control over your AI art.
Right?
Well, you came to the right place.
Absolutely.
We're diving deep into the secrets of Sref and Stylize today.
Oh, good ones.
Buckle up, because this is where things get seriously interesting.
And trust me, once you start tapping into these tools, you'll see how much more there is to Midjourney than meets the eye.
Right.
We're not just talking about generating any old image. We're talking about, like, shaping its very essence, its artistic DNA.
Right. Think of it like this. You're no longer just a director shouting commands. You're a conductor.
Okay.
Drawing out subtle nuances and orchestrating a masterpiece.
I like that.
And we're going to start by uncovering the magic of Sref, the style reference parameter.
Right.
Imagine you stumbled upon this dusty old library of art history.
Okay.
And you get to pull any masterpiece off the shelf.
And Midjourney becomes your brush, your canvas, ready to capture the essence of that artwork in your own creations.
Oh, wow.
And here's the kicker. It's not about replicating the image itself,
Right.
but about distilling its soul, the color palette, the brush strokes, the very mood that makes it unique.
It's like capturing lightning in a bottle, that distinct something that makes a Van Gogh a Van Gogh.
Exactly.
Speaking of, let's say you're captivated by Van Gogh's Starry Night.
Okay.
How would you go about using Sref to infuse your AI art with that swirling, dreamlike quality?
So it all starts with a simple image URL. You find a digital version of Starry Night, copy its online address, and then in your Midjourney prompt, you add Sref, followed by that URL in brackets.
Oh!
It's like whispering a secret code to the AI saying, see this? This is what I'm after.
It's almost like Midjourney takes a deep breath and says, okay, I'm sensing swirling brushstrokes. I'm seeing vibrant blues and yellows. I'm feeling a sense of movement and energy. Got it.
Precisely. And just like that, you've opened up a whole new dimension of creative control.
I love it.
But here's where it gets even more intriguing.
Yeah.
You can actually fine-tune how much influence that reference image has.
So really?
Remember those articles we talked about? The ones comparing subtle stylistic hints to full-on transformations?
Yes.
Well, that's where the style weight or SO parameter comes into play.
Ah, yes. It's like a dial that lets you adjust the volume of the reference image.
Yes.
Give us the rundown. How does this style weight thing actually work?
Okay, so picture a slider that goes from 0 to 1,000.
Okay.
The default setting is 100, which is like a gentle nudge in the direction of your reference.
Gotcha.
But crank that up to, say, 800, and Midjourney will be practically channeling the spirit of your chosen artist.
Whoa.
Right.
So if I wanted just a hint of Van Gogh in my cityscape, a whisper of that Starry Night energy,
Yeah.
I'd keep the style weight low.
You got it.
But if I wanted my entire image to pulsate with that signature style,
Then you'd crank it up. You're in the driver's seat, experimenting, and finding that sweet spot where Midjourney's interpretation aligns perfectly with your artistic vision.
I love that we have this level of control. And speaking of pushing boundaries, what happens when we throw multiple style references into the mix? Can we tell Midjourney to blend a 70s sci-fi aesthetic with, say, a vibrant 80s cyberpunk vibe?
Absolutely. Remember, we're talking about artistic alchemy here. You can feed Midjourney multiple URLs in your prompt, each one representing a different stylistic influence. It's like mixing paint, but with algorithms and aesthetics.
Whoa. So we're talking about blending the gritty realism of a 70s sci-fi comic book
Yeah.
with the neon-drenched energy of a classic cyberpunk film.
Right.
I can already picture the results: flying cars with chrome details against a backdrop of holographic billboards.
You're getting it.
So cool.
It's about understanding the elements that define those styles and letting Midjourney weave them together.
Okay.
But What happens when your written prompt clashes with your style references?
Ooh, good question.
Let's say you want a photorealistic portrait,
Okay.
but you've fed Midjourney an abstract painting as inspiration.
That's where things could get really interesting.
Right.
Would we end up with a portrait that looks like it's melting into a Picasso?
That's where the artistry of your prompt comes in.
Okay.
Remember, it's not just about the visuals, it's about conveying the mood,
Mm-hmm.
the details.
Oh,
You could specify sharp focus, realistic lighting,
okay.
or even lifelike textures in your prompt to guide Midjourney toward a more grounded result, even with an abstract style reference.
So it's like we're giving Midjourney a crash course in art history,
Uh-huh.
then handing it a paintbrush and saying, okay, now show me what you've learned, but with my own twist.
Exactly. And that brings us to another powerful tool in your Midjourney arsenal, the stylize parameter.
Ooh, okay.
If sref is about borrowing external styles,
Yeah.
stylize is about fine-tuning Midjourney's own internal artistic engine.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
It's like we're going under the hood now,
Mm-hmm.
tweaking the settings for maximum creative output.
Yes.
How does stylize actually work?
It's all about numbers, my friends.
Okay.
You add stylize to your prompt, followed by a value between, you guess it, 0 and 1,000.
Of course, 0 to 1,000.
Right.
Makes sense.
The higher the number, the more freedom you give Midjourney to interpret your prompt with its own artistic flair.
So a low stylization value would be like saying, Midjourney, stick to the script.
Yeah.
I need this image to be clear and recognizable. But a high value is like saying, go wild, experiment, surprise me.
You've got it. Now imagine this.
Okay.
You're creating a landscape, maybe a forest scene.
Right?
At a low stylization value, you might get a fairly realistic depiction, trees, leaves, sunlight filtering through the branches.
Okay.
But crank that value up, and suddenly...
Suddenly, we're not in Kansas anymore. We're
Yeah.
talking swirling colors, textures that pop, maybe even trees that seem to dance.
Precisely. You might even get elements that weren't explicitly in your prompt.
Oh, wow.
Maybe a hidden creature in the undergrowth,
Cool.
or a celestial body peeking through the canopy.
Wow.
It's like unlocking a hidden doorway to Midjourney's subconscious, where creativity knows no bounds.
This is blowing my mind. So if I wanted to create something in the style of, say, Monet's water lilies, but with my own unique twist, would I use stylize for that?
You're thinking along the right lines.
Okay.
But remember, we already have Monet's style locked and loaded with sref.
Ah.
Stylize is more about how Midjourney applies its own interpretation regardless of the reference.
Okay, so it's like we've given Midjourney a set of watercolors and a blank canvas.
Yes.
Sref dictates the style of the watercolors,
Right.
while stylize determines how freely Midjourney applies those colors to the canvas.
A perfect analogy. And just like with real-world painting,
Yeah?
sometimes the most breathtaking results come from those happy accidents, those moments when the artist lets go of control and allows the medium to guide them.
I like that. So we're letting Midjourney go a little wild with those watercolors, seeing what kind of happy accidents appear on the canvas. I like that. But we've been focusing a lot on the technical how-to. Let's shift gears and talk about the art of it all.
Okay.
Because knowing the parameters is one thing,
Right.
but truly mastering Midjourney's style, that takes a bit more finesse, doesn't it?
Absolutely. These tools, as powerful as they are just the beginning. True mastery comes from understanding the principles of art itself. Composition, color theory, even art history. It's about feeding Midjourney the right creative seeds, not just technical instructions.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like you can give someone the best camera in the world,
Right.
but it doesn't make them a great photographer automatically.
Yeah.
They need an eye for composition, for light and shadow.
Exactly. Remember those articles that talked about prompts that fell flat? Like simply asking for a cute Maine Coon cat or a cyberpunk character. Often these prompts lack the artistic depth. Midjourney needs to create something truly captivating.
So instead of just naming an artist or a style, we need to think about the elements that make their work so distinct. Like, what would a cyberpunk character look like through the lens of, say, a Renaissance painter? That clash of styles could be amazing.
Now you're talking. It's about giving Midjourney that extra layer of context, sparking its imagination. Instead of a landscape by Monet, try Monet capturing the ephemeral beauty of a sunrise over a water lily pond. Feel the difference.
It's night and day. The second prompt paints a picture not just visually, but emotionally. We're setting the scene, the mood, the very intention behind the artwork. And speaking of intention, one of the articles mentioned that artists really respond to personification.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Think about how we talk about an artist's style. We say Van Gogh's brushstrokes, Picasso's use of cubism. It's as if the artist themselves is inseparable from their technique. And Midjourney picks up on that.
So instead of a portrait in the style of Frida Kahlo, we could try Frida Kahlo painting a self-portrait, expressing her inner strength and resilience.
Yes, you're not just referencing her style, you're inviting Midjourney to embody her artistic spirit. And that can make all the difference. Remember, we're talking about collaboration here, a dance between human creativity and artificial intelligence.
This has been an incredible deep dive.
It has.
We've explored the technical, the artistic, the downright magical. But before we let you go, any last nuggets of wisdom for our listeners as they embark on their own Midjourney style quests?
Experiment. Don't be afraid to play with these parameters, to blend styles, to push the boundaries of what you think is possible. Midjourney is a vast, uncharted territory, and the most exciting discoveries often happen when we wander off the beaten path.
I couldn't agree more. Don't just generate images, curate them. Develop your eye, explore art history, find inspiration in unexpected places. And above all, have fun with it. Who knows what incredible creations you'll bring into the world.
And that's the beauty of it, isn't it? The journey of artistic expression never truly ends. There's always something new to discover, something new to create.
Absolutely. So go forth, my fellow art explorers, and let your imaginations run wild with Midjourney's incredible style tools. Until next time, happy creating.